君を味合わせて今から君が僕のダーリンだ。
I love futuristic space waifus. Haha, yeah. Let's get into it! Architect Laika is finally here. Personally, I thought that the choice to split the showcase of Emma Laika's design, her skills, and her animations into two was a great idea. But of course, in true Smilegate fashion, her skill 3 looks fantastic and reminds me of a railgun meets sky orbital cannon blow you out of the sky beam thing. If you didn't see from the Mystic Summon preview, her stats are the same as Cannaaaa, meaning that she is yet another speed unit who can probably one-shot your mom, your dad, and your hopes and dreams. In all seriousness though, she looks to be a strong contender for a Kisei, Cannaaaa, Pavel level character who will get added to the list of I will outspeed and destroy you if I'm on the enemy team. And now the moment we've all been waiting for! Ainos 2.0! Yes, that's what they actually called her. Unoriginal names aside, Ainos pre-specially change seemed interesting as a cycling aggressive Soul Weaver who could give speed and attack buff, but her new change leans her more into an aggressive, dark-focused team Soul Weaver. For whatever reason, Smilegate has recently enjoyed playing into this element-focused theme, which is definitely interesting, and Ainos is no different. Now, the million-dollar question that you've all been waiting for, is she good? First off, listen to your stupid son of a bitch. This character hasn't even been released. Like, what do you want me to say about the character? She literally, it's 9 o'clock, she has no one's even especially change. Doesn't even know what old Ainos said. Like, who the hell even had this character done? Like, I don't have this character done. Like, do you? I bet you don't. Like, because what the fuck? She's a Dark Soul Weaver, and there's like no good Dark Soul Weavers in the game. She's a 3-star, but she's specially changed. She caters mostly to dark units, but doesn't seem entirely reliant on keeping everyone that element to be playable. Dark is a pretty OP element, so you probably will end up getting the 15 free souls without even thinking too hard about it. And attack and speed buff on an uncounterable attack and healing at the same time does seem pretty good. And if the hundreds of things that get included in especially change aside from her design and the free stats you get isn't nice enough, she also gets free 50 effect resist. So we'll see. This arena season is ending on April 3rd for global and probably the 2nd for the other servers, but I can't do math or convert time or time zones. So anyway, this is your PSA think doink wake up call to get your slate, molas, or do anything else related to PvP before the season goes into preseason. The new Moonlight Theater featuring Zero Defect City is also coming out soon, which of course means Best Girl Operator Sigrid and Who Megalo writer Crow are finally taking the stage. If I said anything more about the side story than this, I would be lying since I myself am pretty far behind and have not recovered my vocals from the last time I did it. But it's free mystics and 2 illustrations that you can use for your lobby, so make sure to watch and enjoy. Moving along, Smilegate also released a personally long-awaited, but still, how does this count as a major spotlight of a patch feature with the addition of the stats filter? Now, you can sort by CP, attack, defense, speed, ER, the list goes on, and you can see all of them here. And in the same vein of quality of life changes, the Soulber Engage UI has been made clearer, and Spectre Tenebria's permanent untargetable stealth has been made into a buff. This does not change anything about her, by the way. However, 2 quality of life changes with the lobby settings screen being improved and Marrow and check-in reward design being changed also made it into the patch, which I don't really get or who asked. But of course, finally, Smilegate would never let us down, so I'm pleased to announce that background battling for adventure. Anyways, back to more pressing issues. Have you taken a look at these? Yes, that's right, it's March 29th, which means in a few days, it's time for a coin shop renewal! Ken, Ilanov, and Chloe are all simply to die for. Think of all the random PvE hunts that you could have otherwise completed with 3 stars for the low price of 64 Covenant coins! What's that? Only need to pull a character 7 times before you get 8 coins for them? What a steal! Okay, but real talk, the Galaxy coin shop is looking real good. Spectre Tenebria is an absolute scam unit to be in this shop since most people already have her from the free selective summon, but holy shit, Conqueror Lilius, aka most versatile, most broken, most ridiculous character E7 that has somehow been future-proof through 7 or however many patches since her release is in the shop. So that's right, if you have any semblance of speed, or maybe you don't, you just pick up the character because Vigor is the only buff that stacks with attack and C damage buff and is like another damage dealing. So if you're a cringe cleaver like me, you need more damage. Pick her up if you need her. She's great. Also a dual attacker. If you watch Tristan Wolf or anything like that, you know that she's used in Hall of Trials all the time. So yeah, snatch her if you don't have her. But of course, let's not pretend the other choice, Lord God himself, Dark Corvus, is also not on the coin shop rotation. This hulking beast of a warrior 100 to zeros every guild war you could ever think of, while also being the bouncer of PvP for when people pick boring, no damage stall comps. And finally, the true gacha of E7. First off, the Lucky Week Dash Pack is coming back, which is great because it's one of the few decently priced packs that actually have good value mathematically. 2 5-stars for $20 to $30 definitely breaks any free-to-play packs you have with yourself or your friends, but if you're considering spending on E7, this is when to do it. On to the drop rate banners. Lilius is okay at best in PvE, but ridiculously niche in PvP, and her artifact is cheese, and is probably only for Eden. Ravi is very hard to build and also very, very hard to play. Sigurd's Scythe, however, is mandatory for certain bruisers like Ed or Rem, so pull if you don't have one. Vildred is great as a speed imprint and also does really well in certain hunts like Asmanak, and his artifact is super good for AoE damage dealing thieves like Rand, BBK, etc, etc. Pull if you're a cleaver or a whale. That's gonna be it for this patch though, guys. E7 seems to be filling the void of content by simply pushing out more and more units while providing a side of quality of life and story injections. This is fine, of course, but personally I'm curious if a new collab or something new is on the horizon, since all we've pretty much gotten for the past few months, I believe, is just either reruns of old events or new characters. Now I get it, I'm an old veteran player, I've played for a few years, and so maybe I'm just jaded with some of the aspects of the game, but personally I think that something new to breathe life into the game would be great. But as always, boys, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn the notification bell, and let me know what you thought of the patch. Do you think it was good? Do you think it was bad? What did you want? Etc, etc. Thanks so much, I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.